Hello again. Welcome to Study Canada International. Today we'll talk about an unfortunate incident involving a couple of students, about 700 of them, who are facing deportation back to their home country of India. I must say that this is a fairly recent development, so no conclusions are being drawn in this video. But we'll discuss the issue and pick some lessons as we go along for those of you who are in the process of applying to come study in Canada or applying to study abroad. I believe there's something in there for every one of you. Now, coming back to the 700 students, it is believed that, let me say, they claim to have all worked with the same agents back in India who got them admissions with schools in Canada. Some of these guys who have been in the country since 2017 recently went on to change their immigration status, apply for permanent residency and postgrad work permits, only for it to come to light that there were some anomalies in the documents they had submitted. So the documents in question were the admission documents they had used in securing visas to Canada in the first place. It is because of this that the CBSA, which is the Canada Border Service Agency, is looking to deport these students back to India. Some of these guys have already received letters from the CBSA telling them to exit the country, and not just that, but they could also face a ban which will prevent them from entering Canada or applying to come to Canada over a certain period of time. Some of the students who spoke out indicate that, in their defense, while dealing with that agent, there was no indication or they couldn't tell that he had given them false documents. The only thing was that some of them arrived in the country only to be contacted by the agent to give them all sorts of excuses as to why they couldn't register for their courses or programs that year. So some of them waited a whole year before attending school. Now, the CBSA is saying in the documents presented by these students during their visa application, they had self-represented. So no agency was mentioned or reference made to an agent. These students had represented themselves on the document. So the CBSA is saying this is on you. Why are we talking about an agent? There's nobody here listed or mentioned that we can go after, but this is all on you. This is very unfortunate for these students, especially for Indian students. Not that any students from any other part of the world deserve this, but for Indian students in particular, because if you look at the economics of international students in Canada, you would see that about 45% of international students in the country all originate from India. And according to Global Affairs Canada, in 2017 alone, international student spending within the country amounted to about $18 billion. In 2018, this amount rose to $22 billion. And this is just the amount spent by international students within Canada. So there's not to talk of all the monies spent by students outside of Canada in their respective home countries. And to consider that 45% of international students in the country all originate from India tells you there's a lot of money flying around. There's a lot of money to be made. So it is therefore not surprising that there are some bad actors in the market who will be looking to take advantage of students, especially in India, because there's such a huge market for international students or people looking to study outside of India. And according to these students, some of them had paid thousands of dollars to the agents back in India. As to who exactly this agent is or the agency, it is yet to be established. But yeah, this is very unfortunate. For these guys, I wish them nothing but the best because, as I can say, once upon a time, an international student myself, when you arrive in the country, you come with your hopes and dreams. And for these guys to have been in the country for some years now, paid tuition fees and attended classes, and bear this cold weather in Canada only to graduate and be hit with this disappointing news must be really hard to swallow. And for those of you who are in the process of applying to study in Canada or abroad, I think the lesson in here for you is that if you're working with an agency or if you happen to get your admission through an agent, make sure you're doing your double checking. I recommend that you connect with the school to confirm that your admission is valid, so you don't end up in the stew. You could contact the schools directly by email or by phone number if you can. They're pretty good with their customer service. They will let you know. And especially since most schools will require students to make a deposit after issuing admissions, I think this is your opportunity to connect with the schools to check if everything is all right with your admission. You want to be looking over your shoulders twice. Um, you know, but in case you're doing this by yourself, you're applying to the school and applying for the visa by yourself, I also want to say that make sure you're submitting all the documents you're submitting are genuine documents, no fake documents to be submitted. I will discourage you from doing that because not only do you risk getting your application denied, you also stand a chance of being banned from entering the country, and it's really not worth it, guys. So, anyways, yeah. So I hope you found today's video informative. Thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe in case you haven't already. And I hope to see you in my next video. And for the guys involved, I wish you nothing but the best. And for those of you out there still working on applying or studying abroad, same to you. Just be careful out there.